All right, so welcome to the presentation. Today we're going to be talking about distributed systems in general. And when I mean general, I mean we're going to be talking about the computational aspect of the distributed systems and also the storage layer, how that plays. And for this particular session, we're going to be applying distributed techniques to the use case or the domain specific problem of drug discovery. So here's a quick introduction of what the topics that we're going to be covering today. So as an introduction, we're going to first be discussing the scientific problem, which is the drug discovery problem, and we're going to try and give some a general context of how the process works in the field. And it's not meant to be exhaustive by any means, but maybe as an introductory sort of high level overview. And this is going to introduce it's going to introduce the computational problem that we're going to be covering today. So we're going to talk during this section. We're going to talk a little bit about the computational framework that we're going to be leveraging or that we chose, and also we're going to talk a little bit about why, maybe some other use cases, just to kind of get a sense of the compute sort of layer. And then we're also going to give a high-level introduction of a distributed storage sort of setup. We're going to be talking a little bit about some common problems and why we chose a particular technology to store our data, the data that we're going to be using throughout our computation for our computation. Then we're going to do a deep dive, a technical deep dive. We're going to talk about distributed architecture that we're going to be using for this use case. First, we're going to cover a deep dive of distributed storage in general, like what are some good practices. And we're going to talk about the technology, the specific technology that we're using. We're going to also do a deep dive into an ETL sort of process, and hopefully we can show a demo there on how that works. And also we're going to be showing, after we've loaded data to our into our distributed storage systems, we're going to be doing some transactional processing or some transactional querying per se. We'll talk about the difference about transactional and analytical sort of operational aspects of interacting with the storage layer. And to finalize, we're going to be doing an analytical portion, where we're going to be, of course, querying our source data, the one we've preloaded to our distributed systems. We're going to talk about how the pre-processing stage works in general for machine learning in general. And we're going to be probably covering a few sort of important aspects to consider here. We're going to go over training. So yeah, of course, we'll see how that works there. And then to finalize, we'll talk about how prediction would work, or in this case, maybe generation, which is an sort of extended form of prediction. So yeah, let's just dive right in. Hopefully you enjoy this this presentation.